North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism. If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red!
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Our lives only have so much time. But if you smoke, you have less. Your life could be 10 years shorter. And the time you do have is often filled with health problems. Shortness of breath, asthma, COPD, and cancer. But the minute you quit, your body starts healing.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Good evening and welcome to Tal Anderson Field. I am Mike Melby, and this is Class A state baseball championship game coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. Austin Orman back at the Ticket Studios. And Austin, we're probably about 12 to 15 minutes away from first pitch here. But it's been an interesting day in sports outside of all the state baseball going on. Earlier today, Malcolm picked up the first ever Class C title in baseball. They knocked off Omaha Roncalli 3-1, and then Elkhorn North knocked off Norris on a play at the plate to end it. 2-1 was the final there. Norris had a runner thrown out at the plate that would have tied things up. But we have 2 champions crowned today. One more will happen before everything is said and done, and that's the game we're going to bring you. It is the Millard West Wildcats and the Lincoln East Spartans. But Austin, a big day for, I don't know, Nebraska football, possibly. Definitely a bad day for Missouri football. And then a sad day. Jim Brown passes away as well. But what's your take on what you've heard about state baseball so far?
State baseball has been fantastic. Got to give a shout out to Nick for setting it all up, for getting out there and the work that he, put in to get that going. The Class A tournament, we end up with a 1-2 game, which is, what the bracket would tell you would happen. Had a little bit of drama, though, to get here in the state semifinals. Grand Island, the 8 seed, gets blanked by Millard West to start the tournament off. That was 10 o'clock right away on Friday. But then they get another crack at them. They take down Creighton Prep to get another shot at Millard West, and then they win it. They forced that extra, if necessary, game. They pushed the 1 seed then to the brink, but ultimately it was Millard West controlling that second game, and Lincoln East took care of business. They beat Bellevue West, they beat Elkhorn South twice, and here they are. So I think Lincoln East has had a slightly less stressful path here, but Millard West, they're the 1 seed for a reason. They've been here year after year, time after time, and it shouldn't be any big surprise that these 2 teams are here, other than, hey, this is postseason baseball. Anything can always happen.
Well, it is, and the path has been a little bit easier for East as they didn't have to, face possible elimination. But the games, 2 of the 3 games were relatively close. The first one against Bellevue West, a 2-1 win for the Spartans, and then against Elkhorn South, big 7-1 win last Monday. And on Wednesday, they get by, trying to think who it was, Elkhorn South again, and that was a 3-2 game. So some pitchers duels. Both of these teams come in, though, with the ability to score some runs. East averaging 6.9 runs a game. Millard West averages 8.1 runs a game. And I don't know that we're going to see many fireworks, though, because you've got 2 of the probably 5 best pitchers in Class A, in Carter Mick for the Lincoln East Spartans and Drew Dermer for the Millard West Wildcats on the mound tonight. Both of them have been lights out this year and in the tournament.
That you do. And you're in the state championship game. You should have the aces ready to go, as long as their team needs them. I'm an offense first guy, Melby. I really am. I like seeing hits. I like seeing runs, but you're probably right. We could be, having that at a premium here tonight with these 2 absolute studs on the mound. And that's exciting, right? They've worked so hard to get to the point that they're at. And they deserve this stage. They deserve to go out there, flash their best stuff, put it all on the line, one last time for their season.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, how many times do you sit there and see the pitching matchup and you go, wow, this is going to be a 2-1 game. And it's, 7-4 after the first inning. So anything can happen. And, you talk about odd innings like that. Go back to that game, game 1 on Friday with Grand Island or I guess it was on Wednesday, game 1 with Grand Island and Millard West. 1 inning, 1 7-run inning is the only reason that Millard West had to work a little bit harder in order to get to the championship game. But that's all it takes sometimes. It's just that 1 inning.
It does. That's the way it should be, right? 1 big inning, the explosiveness you can't always rely on. But if you can, consistently put runs up, get runners on base, that typically leads to good things in the long run.
Well, and it does. So quick little for you there on tonight's game. But as we mentioned, there is some other things going on in the world of sports. Interesting. Danny Kaline, Bellevue West quarterback, been a Missouri commit for the better part of, call it 2 months. And that is no longer the case. And I know I've seen a lot of crystal ball predictions and leans from some very, very intelligent guys that do recruiting for a living that have got Kaline as a 90+% lean to become a commitment for the University of Nebraska and Matt Rule. What are your thoughts on that?
It's huge. I think that's a really big step for Nebraska and, for Daniel Kaline to decommit. I don't know everything that went into it with the recruitment of Raiola and Kalen at the same time. That's just a fascinating little, I don't want to say, problem that Nebraska had to be targeting, a great in-state quarterback as well as the number one overall prospect by a lot of ranking systems in college football. It's a little bit of a quandary. So it makes sense from Daniel Kalen's spot that Nebraska is still pursuing Dylan Raiola. Okay, someone else wants me. I'm going to commit here. It makes sense. And then Dylan Raiola doesn't go there. And I don't think that should have, fully influenced Daniel Kalen's decision as a competitor. You put yourself on the line. You put yourself against everybody time in, time out. But it definitely could influence how Nebraska approached the situation. So to me, Daniel Kalen going to Missouri made sense at the time. And I hope that he's, decommitting from Missouri, as the Husker fan in me wants him to, obviously come to Nebraska. But I hope it's for the right reason. I hope he didn't just commit to Missouri to say he committed and now he's going to, flake back to Nebraska. I don't know the young man. I wouldn't think that would be the case. I hope it's that his heart was set on Nebraska the whole time and the timing was just finally right.
Well, and we will find out sometime in the near future. Looks like we're kind of starting to get things wrapped up with pregame ceremonies. Let's step aside for a quick 60-second timeout, and we'll come back with getting you set and ready for Millard West and Lincoln East. It's the Class A boys state title game in baseball right here on 93.7 The Ticket. delay getting things going here. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we've got him squared away. My name is Mike Melby. Austin Norman back in the Ticket Studios, and we are broadcasting tonight's Class A state title game in baseball. It is the Millard West Wildcats and the Lincoln East Spartans. One down for East here in the first, as Jeter Worthley was struck out by Drew Germer. Troy Peltz now currently up for the Spartans with a 1-2 count, 1 out, no score here in the top of the first. Peltz on the season hit .284. He's 2 for 10 in the state tournament. Does have 3 RBIs, though. He rips one up the middle. Dermer has it pop out of his glove, and then he barehands it before it could hit the ground. Nice play by Millard West pitcher Drew Dermer. So 2 down here in the top of the first for the Spartans. Dermer on the season has been spectacular. 1.73 ERA, 6-0 in the regular season, 1-0. Did not allow a run in his first appearance here in the state tournament. And his first pitch to A.J. Avasco is low. Ball 1. Second pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside. 2-0 now the count. Avasco, 350 hitter on the season. He is 4 for 8. With a run and a couple of RBIs here in the state tournament. That one's outside as well. And it is 3-0 the count on A.J. Avasco. We'll see if he's got the green light to swing here, or is he going to take one? 2 outs, top of the first. East and Millard West for the Class A state title. That one catches the outside corner. And it's now 3-1. Avasco was taken all the way there. We'll see what he does here. Pitch on the way from Dermer, and a swing and a miss. That would have been ball 4. It was inside, but Dermer blows one by him. Full count now on Avasco. Avasco, the junior first baseman, takes the full count pitch and sends it high in the air, well out of play on the berm on down the left field line. Beautiful field here, Tal Anderson Field, the home of the UNO Mavericks, Baxter Arena, where the hockey team plays, just off to the east. And now a hard shot to the first baseman. It's going to be kicked. That's going to be an error. And Avasco is going to reach on an error by Peyton Moore. So 1 man aboard for the Spartans. We'll see what they can do with it. Designated hitter Garrett Springer up now for Sparty. Dermer on the mound for the Wildcats. Millard West, 32-6 on the season. Lincoln East Spartans, 30-4. That's an .861 winning percentage between these two squads. First pitch from Dermer, and it pulled the string on that one. Changeup, strike 1 on Springer. Avasco at first for the Spartans takes about a 5-step lead, not too far away. Stepping back into the box now, Springer. Right-handed batter. Dermer looks over to first. Sets and delivers. That one way outside. Nice job defensively by Corey Kozad, the Millard West catcher. No score here in the top of the first. 2 outs. 1-1 the count on designated hitter Garrett Springer for the Lincoln East Spartans. Dermer again glances to first. Avasco with not too big of a lead. Here's the pitch right down the heart of the plate. And that is a strike. 1-2 now the count on Garrett Springer. Head-to-head matchup this season. There were 2 of them, and Lincoln East knocked off Millard West in both. 7-2 and 7-3. You'd think we'd have a pitcher's duel tonight with Drew Dermer and Carter Mick on the mound, but we'll see what happens. That one was a little bit low and outside. It's going to bring the count to 2-2. Sun just starting to set behind the trees off to the west of the stadium. Pitch from Dermer bounces. That's going to be a wild pitch. A.J. Avasco is going to get to second. And Corey Kozad goes back to the fence in front of all the fans right behind home plate. Tosses it back to Dermer. So the wild pitch by Dermer advances A.J. Avasco to second. Three and two the count now. So it's full. 2 outs. Avasco's going to go with the pitch here. Dermer sets. from the stretch, takes it home, and there is ball 4. So now runners on first and second for Joey Senstock, the shortstop. Senstock hit .337 on the year. He's hitting .300 in the state tournament. 3 for 9. Has a run and an RBI. Quick meeting at the pitcher's mound with the infielders and Shermer for the Millard West Wildcats. 2 down, top of the first. Spartan threatening, though. Runners on first and second. And E3 and a walk. Shermer deals. That one catches the outside corner for Joey Senstock. Shermer from the stretch. 0-1 the count now on Senstock. Right down the middle. Hard hit ball into left field. Vasco's going to round third. He heads for home. Here comes the throw from left. It is going to be in time. Delayed call. They nail Vasco at the plate. What a throw from Nixon Snyder right on the money. Corey Kozad with the tag. And Millard West gets out of a scary first inning without allowing a run. Let's step aside for 60. No score after the top half of the first. You're listening to Class A State Tournament Baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Welcome back to Tal Anderson Field. I'm Mike Melby, Austin Norman, back at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios. A big thank you to our sponsors for the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Tournament coverage right here on 93.7 The Ticket. A1 Automotive, always honest answers. Full-service auto repair at 11th and L, as well as Nebraska Realty, the Carpe Diem team. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or just buying or selling a home, contact Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team. Independence Built, Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric, also sponsors of the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Tournament coverage right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Taking the mound now for the Lincoln East Spartans is Carter Mick, the junior. Posted a 7-1 record during the regular season, 1.36 ERA. Mick, 6.2 innings pitched against Bellevue West in a 2-1 win on Friday, May 12th. So a week ago, he was spectacular, gave up 1 unearned run, struck out 7, and walked 2 in 6 2/3 innings. And then for the Spartans, Connor Johnson came in and got the first of 2 saves he has gotten in their 3 wins. That was back in game 1 for Lincoln East here in the state tournament. Sparty on the season sits at 30-4. Spartans only dropped games to Lincoln Pius in their opener. Then Grand Island beat them 5-0. Lincoln Southwest knocked them off 2-0. And then my alma mater, congratulations to the Waverly Vikings. But Waverly knocked off Easton Baseball 6-5 earlier this season. That was the last loss that the Spartans have faced this season. Waverly wins the boys Class B state title in track and field yesterday. Girls take home third. First pitch from Carter Mick to Nick Van Tyker. And that one is across for a strike. Van Tyker, 350 hitter on the season, 5 for 10, though, with 2 homers, 7 runs scored, and 5 RBIs in the state tournament. Second pitch outside, 1-1. Van Tyker has been an absolute terror to opposing pitchers so far in the state tournament. Mick, the lefty, throws one in. This is going to be a little blooper. It's going to drop for a base hit. Harrison Beester gathers it in, throws it into second base. And Van Tyker gets on the Wildcats with the lead runner on base here in the bottom of the first. No score between the Lincoln East Spartans and Millard West Wildcats. Stepping to the plate now. The catcher, Corey Kozad, had a nice tag after a fantastic throw from left field by Nixon Snyder that threw down A.J. Avesco in the top of the first. The lefty Carter Mick for East on the mound. First pitch is ripped to the second baseman. He lets it get by him. It's into right field, and we've got runners on first and second for Millard West. It looked like Owen Lasig thought that one was going to bounce up to him. It did not. And that's going to go down as an E4. So shortstop Tyson Lewis now up for the Millard West Wildcats. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Van Tyker and Kozad at second and first respectively. East ace Carter is given up a hit and had an error. The lefty Lewis looks at the first pitch. And that's a fastball that is just outside 1-0. Lewis on the season, 451 in the tournament. He's 5 for 11. That's a 455 clip. 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and he does have a home run. If you're going to get a ball out of the park tonight, it's going to be a whale of a shot as the wind is blowing in from the north. Mick spins around, looks at second. Van Tyker is back. Bottom of the first, no score, nobody out for Millard West. They have runners at first and second. Shortstop Tyson Lewis, left-handed bat at the plate. Delivery from Mick way outside. Nice stop defensively there by Jeter Worthy. Worthy, the sophomore, hits leadoff for Lincoln East, and he's a young man you're going to want to keep your eye on. I think Will Bolton, the staff down at Haymarket Park, are going to keep an eye on him as well. Sophomore hit .360 this season. He's 3 for 9 so far in the state tournament. Mick with his delivery to Lewis. A quick glance back to second, and now he steps off. Carter Mick looks a little rattled right now. Continually looking back at Nick Van Tyker, the leadoff hitter for the Wildcats. Van Tyker dancing around. Mick goes to the plate. That one's low. Count now 3-0. So Tyson Lewis more than likely going to get the take sign on this one. Runners at first and second for Millard West here in the first inning. East had an opportunity to score, but A.J. Avesco was thrown out at the plate. That one right down the middle for a strike. Millard West with things going on here in the bottom of the first. Lewis steps in. Mick from the stretch. And that one bounces. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. So a single, an error on the second baseman, and a walk. And Carter Mick is in as much trouble as he's been in all season. And we have got a visit to the mound from Lincoln East head coach Michael Lanick. Lanick pulls all of the infielders in as well. Tanner Peterson, the third baseman, Joey Sinstock, the second, or shortstop, Owen Lasig, the second baseman, and A.J. Avesco at first, along with catcher Jeter Worthy, all around Carter Mick. And as I mentioned, Michael Lanick out to chat with him, trying to settle down his ace. Bases loaded, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first inning here at Tal Anderson Field, Class A state title game. And it's getting interesting early. Peyton Moore now steps in. Moore on the season hit .340. He's just 2 for 11, though, in the state tournament. He has driven in 3 runs. He has a home run as well. Bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the first for Millard West. Carter Mick on the mound for East. Delivers, and a swing foul ball. That one goes off a Worthy to the backstop. So is it a big first inning? Or is there going to be some magic defensively for East? We'll find out here in the very near future. Mick, again, a very long wait before he throws from the stretch. Moore fouls this one straight back. If the netting wouldn't have been there, I promise you I would not have caught it, and I'd probably need medical attention right now. 0-2 the count. Peyton Moore has struggled here at State, just 2 for 11, but he has got an opportunity here. And Mick steps off the rubber. Peyton Moore, the first baseman for the Wildcats. Right-handed hitter. Takes that one, and it's high. Ball 1. 1-2 the count now. Nobody out. An error in the inning. A single to right field and a walk is how we have gotten to where we are at. And again, Carter Mick, very long wait as he stares down Jeter Worthy, his catcher, and then steps off the rubber. He's back on from the stretch. Mick delivers way outside. 2-2 now. Millard West making their 26th state championship appearance. They are the defending state champions. 2-2 the count. Nobody out. No score yet. Bottom of the first inning. Peyton Moore for Millard West. Up to bat. That one is called strike 3. It looked high. It was not. And Carter Mick gets his first out of the game. That one is a strikeout. Moore thought it was high. Home plate umpire Troy Test said just low enough. So 1 down now. Bottom of the first inning. No score between Lincoln East and Millard West. Class A state title baseball game. Right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Big thanks to Austin Orman. Giving up his Friday night to run the board. Stepping in now, Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter. And he lays down a suicide squeeze bunt. Had it rolled just outside the first base line. So we will reset. The squeeze was on, and it would have worked very well. But it's bunted just foul. Dreesen on the season. 4-7 hitter. He's tearing up here. 4 for 6. And it scored a run. It's a guy that gets in base and moves runners. It's timeout. And the third base coach on what the signals were. Again, bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the first, still no score. Millard West with them juiced. Caden Dreesen at the plate. Carter Mick on the mound for the Spartans. Mick delivers. That one catches the outside corner for a strike. Dreesen didn't like the call. He's now down 0-2. In the game prior to this one, the strike zone was very liberal, we will say, for both teams. It wasn't one-sided one way or the other, but it seems as though the plate may have been about 3 feet wide. Mick delivers, hard shot to center. Will it be in the gap? Nope. Racing over to make the play. Harrison Beester tagging from third is Van Tyker. He scores, and that gives Millard West the lead, 1-0. So Dreesen with a sacrifice fly for the second out, but Millard West is on the board. Kozad and Lewis unable to advance. A good throw from Beester back to the infield, kept them where they were at. Up next, Dylan Swersik. Swersik on the season, a 125 hitter. He is 1 for 6 in the state tournament. He does have 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, though. Swersik, the number 6 hitter against Carter Mick. Swick is a righty. Mick a lefty. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. First pitch, strike. So 0-1 the count on Dylan Swierczyk. Swierczyk steps back in. Mick ready to deliver. Does so. Curveball. Lost that one a little bit. It's high. Ball 1. It's a beautiful looking day, especially if you're inside the glass booth that I sit in right now. If you're outside, I hope you brought a coat. 60 degrees and about a 20-mile-an-hour wind from the north. Swing and a miss on a fastball there. And Swierczyk is down in the count now, 1-2. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Millard West with a 1-0 lead over Lincoln East. Class A state title game in baseball. Swierczyk eyes Mick again, delays, and then steps off the rubber. Mick got the strikeout and then a sacrifice fly on a decent hit ball, but he seems to be settling in just a touch. He looked pretty rattled earlier. Runners are going, swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Carter Mick gets out of the jam, only giving up 1 run. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mick. After 1 inning of play, Millard West Wildcats 1, Lincoln East Spartans nothing. You're listening to the Class A state title game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Welcome back to Tal Anderson Field. It is the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Tournament. This is the championship game right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Big thank you to our sponsors. Independence Built, Lincoln's versatile general contractor, and they are servicing Southeast Nebraska. You can contact Keenan at 402-430-4954. Also want to thank the NDOT Highway Safety Office. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs you more than you think. Also, big thanks to DBAT Lincoln, High Electric, Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team, and A1 Automotive. To the top of the second we go. Drew Dermer, first pitch to Mason Gaines. Gaines is the junior right fielder for the Spartans. Second pitch, low and away, ball 1. 1-1. Dermer with a pitch. This one is going to be fouled off down the first base line. Gaines, the right fielder, hit .329 this season. He's 2 for 8 so far in the state tournament with a run and 2 RBIs. Home plate umpire Troy Test gives Dermer a new baseball after the last one was fouled off. Gaines, a right-handed hitter. He's a junior. He'll see him on the mound on occasion as well as playing out in the outfield. Swinging a hard shot past the diving shortstop into center field. And Mason Spartans. Mason Lewis got a jump on it, but it was just past the outreach glove. He dove, trying to come up with that play. And now you're going to have a courtesy runner. So Carter McPeak is going to be the courtesy runner. At first, nobody out here, top of the second inning, 1-0 Millard West. And they squared a bunt. Owen Lasig is up. Lasig, the second baseman, had the error in the bottom of the first. Lasig hitting .250 here in the state tournament pitch. That one is a little outside. 2-0 now on Lasig. Again, Carter McPeak running at first now for Mason Gaines. Drew Dermer on the mound for the Wildcats. Dermer deals. That one's outside. No, caught the outside corner. Two and one now. Dermer throws to first, and McPeak is back easily. McPeak has appeared in a couple of games here in the state tournament. Is 0 for 1, but has scored a run. Dermer to the plate with this one. It's high, and the count goes to 3-1 now. We'll see what they do with Owen Lasig. Give him the green light. Seems as though the goal was to get him to second somehow, some way. Timeout called by Lasig. And McPeak back to first. Corey Kozad steps in front of home plate. Yells something out to Drew Dermer. Top of the second, 1-0 Millard West. They had the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the first, only got one across. There's a swing and a miss by Lasig. So the count is full. Carter McPeak running at first. In for Mason Gaines. Dermer set, takes a look to first. Now delivers to the plate. Swing, a bouncing ball towards third base. No play at second. They throw to first. One down here in the top of the second. 5-3 the put out for Lasig. Nice play there by Nick Van Tykes. McPeak able to move over to second, however. That's going to bring up center fielder Harrison Beester. Beester on the season hit .316. In the state tournament, he's just 1 for 6, hitting .167. He scored a run and driven in a run as well. Beester, a left-handed hitter. Drew Dermer on the mound for the Wildcats. 1-0 Millard West. We're in the top of the second, one out. Runner on second. That pitch inside, 1-0. Shadows really starting to stretch out here at Tal Anderson Field. Dermer from the stretch, glances back to second a couple of times, delivers. That one got away from him, high and outside. 2-0 the count now. Lasig scored 17 and drove in 17 this year. He's also picked up a save. Pitch from Dermer, that one is high as well. 3-0 the count. So again, East has got something going. They made some noise in the top of the first with 2 outs. We'll see what they can do here with just 1, and all 4 goes high, and Beester takes the walk. McPeak still at second, force now in play. Tanner Peterson, the 9-hole hitter, up now. Peterson, the third baseman, he's a sophomore. Hit .267 on the season, .167 so far on the state tournament, 1 for 6, has scored a run. He's another young man that'll jump on the mound on occasion in relief. Runners at first and second for East here in the top of the second, 1-0 Millard West. 1 out. Peterson fouls that one back to the screen. Fantastic crowd on hand. The berm on the west side is probably about 25% full. Stands are packed. Another one fouled down the right field line. Boy, that one was just foul, too. Peterson, a couple of pretty good rips. If you go by pure numbers, I think Millard West has probably got a few more fans in the building, but Both fan bases have been extremely loud so far here in the game. Top of the second, 1-0 Millard West. 0-2 the count on third baseman Tanner Peterson. Dermer delivers, swing and miss. And 2 outs now in the second. And that is going to bring up Jeter Worthy. Worthy, third hitter during the season. He is 3 for 9 so far in the state tournament. He struck out in the first look against Dermer. Now he's got 2 outs here, top of the second, runners on first, second. From the stretch, delivers out low. And because that fakes the throw down second base, was a little slow getting back. Worthy, the righty, just a sophomore. Steps in, choked up back quite a bit here. And a swing on a ball that was well outside. 1-1 the count. Worthy steps back in. Dermer's going to take a step off the rubber. Resets himself here. Spartans trying to capitalize. Single and a walk. Dermer with the pitch, and that one is a high chopping ball to the shortstop. And he throws across Tyson Lewis to Peyton Moore. And Jeter Worthy is down for the second time in the game. We have played 1.5 here at Tal Anderson Field in the Class A state title game. Millard West 1, Lincoln East 0. You're listening to the Class A state playoff championship game right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Welcome back to the 2023 Boys State Class A High School Baseball Championship game. Millard West Wildcats 1, Lincoln East Spartans 0. We've played 1.5 here. Carter Mick has, it looks like, been replaced, or no, he hasn't. My apologies. I thought I saw somebody else throwing the ball, but it wasn't. It was actually Carter. A couple of guys standing on the side of the mound. But Mick, a rough start to the first inning and then ended it with a couple of strikeouts. He did give up a run on a sacrifice fly. Leading off in the bottom of the second for the Wildcats, Nixon Snyder. Snyder, the left fielder, hit .313 on the season, just 2 for 10 so far on the state tournament. He has scored 3 runs, though, and driven 1 in. First pitch, throws it by him. Swing and a miss there. 0-1 the count on Snyder. No shifts on here. Mick delivers. That one's going to be high and outside. Count 1-1. No Class A team from Lincoln has won the Class A state title in baseball since 1977. And we have a check swing. They appeal down to first, and it is called a strike. 1-2 now the count. I believe it was Southeast is what I heard. And it's been since 2012 since we've had a Lincoln team in the state title game in Class A baseball. Next pitch by Mick was low, 2-2. 1-0 Millard West. They're up here in the bottom of the second. Carter Mick, the lefty, delivers and called strike 3. Nixon Snyder goes down looking. That'll bring up Brady Braw. Braw, the right fielder. He is a senior. 258 hitter on the season, 4 for 12, right at 333 so far in the state tournament. 4 runs driven in, 3 runs scored. Dermer delivers. That one's across for a strike. Right-handed Brady Braw steps back in. Dermer delivering much faster this inning. That initial hit, then the error, and the walk in the first, and he seemed to be a little discombobulated and rattled. But he really seems like he has settled down after getting that first strikeout and is delivering probably within about 10 to 12 seconds between pitches. Count 2-1 now. We've got 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Millard West with Brady Braw at the plate, swing and a miss, strike 2. Beautiful field here. That is UNO's home stadium. The Maverick Giant O logo out in center field. Drew delivers. That one fouled back to the screen. Entire surface is all artificial turf. Green for the grass with the stripes, like it was mowed in a really cool manner. Drew delivers again. Did it catch the outside corner? It did, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Drew Dermer. For Carter Mick. All the turf, the winning track, the field, the infield is all AstroTurf, just colored. 2 outs now. Bottom of the second inning, Millard with the 1 lead. Carter Mick delivers another strike. Jackson Williams at the plate. Williams, the center fielder. Swings at that one and misses. Williams hitting 250 in the tournament. He hit 262 on the season. He's a guy you'll see come in and start an occasional game as well. He's already made an appearance on the mound for the Wildcats. Pitched by Mick. That one's high and away. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second. Lincoln East Carter Mick has settled down after the first 3 runners of the game reached. Mick delivers. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Carter Mick. Look out, the Lincoln East ace has settled in. We'll see if they can get some runs on the board to tie it. 1-0 Millard West after 2. It's the Class A state title game right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeline a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Moderately suspenseful music brings us back. It's a suspenseful game. It's a Class A state title game in boys baseball here in the state of Nebraska, right here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Mike Melby. Austin Orman back at the studio. And the 2 aces seem to have kind of settled in a little bit of trouble for Dermer in the second, but he got out of it. Had trouble in the first after getting the first 2 outs. But we sit at 1-0 after 2 innings of play. Big thanks to our sponsors for the 2023 Boys State High School baseball tournament coverage here on The Ticket. DBAT Lincoln. Summer camps are almost here at DBAT. You can get 20% off your enrollment when you mention 93.7 The Ticket on baseball summer camps at DBAT in Southeast Lincoln. Up to the plate now, Troy Peltz for his second at-bat of the game. Lined out to the pitcher, a hard shot to second. And it's going to be easily fielded by Dylan Swierczyk. Swierczyk tosses it over to first. And there's one away on one pitch here in the top of the third for the Spartans. A.J. Avasco. Avasco was thrown out at the plate in the first inning. That ended the top of the first for the Spartans. Dermer, the righty, winds against the left-handed hitting Avasco. Avasco got on base on an error back in the first. But he put the ball in play. Takes the first two for balls. Dermer working quickly. And that one is going to be skied in the air. Foul territory. There is room. And third baseman Nick Ventaikas gets over there and makes the play. Quickly 2 away in the top of the third for Lincoln East. Garrett Springer, the designated hitter now for the East Spartans, steps to the plate. Springer walked in the first. Takes that one low. Ball one. Springer, the righty, stands outside the box, now steps in, crowds the line a little bit. Dermer delivers, hard shot, but right at the right fielder. Nixon Snyder there squeezes it, and a quick working inning for Drew Dermer. Through 2.5 here at Tal Anderson Field. Millard West 1, Lincoln East 0 in the Class A state title game. You're listening to Class A state baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the 2023 Boise State High School baseball tournament coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. Class A title game going on tonight at Tal Anderson Field. I'm Mike Melton, back at the Ticket Studios. Carter Mick, the third inning for Lincoln East, and he will face the top of the order for the Wildcats. Nick Ventaiker steps in. Ventaiker, always dangerous at the plate. Now 5 for 11 in the state tournament. Hit .350 on the season. Ventaiker, a right-handed hitter, hits one to the shortstop. It's going to be easily fielded by Sinstock. Tosses it over to Avasco at first, and we've got one down on one pitch here in the bottom of the third inning. Corey Kozad, the catcher for the Wildcats, is going to step in. Kozad, the senior catcher, hit .295 on the season. Drove in 22 runs. Only scored 3. Was replaced with a courtesy runner quite often. First pitch from Mick is upstairs, ball 1. Kozad steps back in. Lincoln East lefty. Carter Mick sends one towards the plate, and it's fouled up and over the press box here at Tal Anderson Field. It is a stunning facility. Not quite as nice as Haymarket Park in Lincoln, I think that is literally the crown jewel of non-major league ballparks anywhere in America. But this is one of the better looking college or minor league baseball fields you will see anywhere. Mick delivers. That one's going to be inside. And the count now runs to 3-1 for Corey Kozad, the catcher for the Millard West Wildcats. Mick again working quickly here in the bottom of the third inning. Mick delivers. Delayed call. It's a walk. Kozad did what you don't often get away with, where you just start trotting down to first base on a close pitch, but he did get away with it, got the call, and he is going to be courtesy ran for by Landon Horst. Horst in the tournament has been a courtesy runner numerous times, and he has scored 4 runs. That is going to bring up Tyson Lewis. Lewis, the lefty, swings through that one. 0-1 the count. Lewis walked his first time up. We're in the bottom of the third inning here at Tal Anderson Field. Millard West 1, Lincoln East 0. Millard West with a runner on first, 1 out. Lincoln East pitcher Carter Mick, a little bit more deliberate now. From the stretch, takes a peek over to Horst, but delivers to the plate. That one way outside. Nice job by Worthley to get down and make sure that he keeps Landon Horst honest at first. Mick grabs the rosin bag. Tyson Lewis steps back in. Lewis with a swing. That went off of catcher Jeter Worthley. I think it caught just outside of one of the shin pads. A little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump there, and walks it off. Home plate umpire Troy Tess gets a baseball back out to East pitcher Carter Mick. Lewis steps back in. Decent lead for Horst over at first. Mick delivers. That one's outside as well. 2-2 now the count. Lewis ready in the box. Mick again with a little bit more deliberation between pitches. Takes it home. It's framed by Worthley, but it's outside. 3-2 now. 1 out, bottom of the third. 1-0 Millard West. They've got a runner on first. We'll see what Peyton Moore or what Tyson Lewis can do with this one. Moore is on deck. The lefty delivers, curveball up high, and he walks Tyson Lewis. Second walk of the game for Lewis. That's going to move Landon Horst over to second. And up comes Peyton Moore. Moore struck out in the first inning. That was the first out of the game that Carter Mick was able to get. And now looks like Michael Lanick heading back out to chat with Carter Mick. Entire infield of AJ Avasco, Owen Lasig, Joey Senstock, Tanner Peterson, and Jeter Worthy converge on the mound to have a conversation with Carter Mick. Runners on first and second. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Here it's Melby back at the controls. The 93.7 that's in studios. The new studio is open here. Gosh, it's probably going to be in the 60 to 90 days, maybe even sooner. Downtown, it'll know. But the studio is going to move downtown. And it is going to be an absolute fantastic place to broadcast from and to hang out. There'll be a coffee shop there as well. I think we might even have a little patio out front. We'll walk cafe thing going on, but it's going to be an amazing place for people to walk by. You can probably see us. We're on air all throughout the day, as I believe the studio window will face O Street. Timeout is broken up on the mound. And Mick set to deliver now to Peyton Moore. Hard hit ball down the right field line, just foul. I mentioned Moore struck out in the first. He hit .340 on the season, scored 33, drove in 35, and had 5 home runs. He was the man that had the most power for the Wildcats this season. Not a lot of home runs, though, in the state tournament. And tonight, it would have been tough. The wind has died down now, probably only about 7 to 10 miles an hour. So runners on first and second, bottom of the third, 1-0 Millard West. Peyton Moore for the Wildcats at the plate. Carter Mick delivers, and that one's going to be chopped foul over to the Millard West dugout. And the young man that made the catch barehanded had a cup of Gatorade in the other hand and managed to spill a little bit, then slammed the rest of it, tossed the ball back out on the field. Nice little play there. Count 0-2 to Peyton Moore. Mick sets and steps off. Landon Horst running at second for Corey Kozad. And you've got Tyson Lewis, who got on board via a walk. There's a hard hit ball. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder, and they're going to hold up Horst at third base. Nice play there by Troy Peltz to get the ball in quickly. Bases are juiced, 1 out, bottom of the third. Second time in 3 innings that Millard West has had the bases loaded. Carter Mick got out of it in the first inning, only giving up 1 run on a sacrifice fly. So the single by Peyton Moore loads them. That's going to bring up designated hitter Caden Dreesen. Dreesen hit .407 on the season. He had the sacrifice fly and has the RBI in the game so far. Mick delivers. That one catches the outside corner, 0-1. So can Caden Dreesen deliver a base hit here and give Millard West some breathing room? Wildcats lead 1-0, bottom of the third inning, 1 out. Bases juiced with Wildcats. Mick on the mound. Delivers, and the bunt popped high up in the air. It's going to be a fair ball. Nobody's going to cover first. Mick races over, can't get there in time. Everybody is safe. And Landon Horst scores. 2-0 Wildcats. That is not the textbook way to get on base via the bunt, but it works. Popped in the air, not very high, landed between the pitcher's mound and first. Mick was slow getting over, and first baseman A.J. Avasco tried to get it to him. Mick wasn't in time to the bag. And that allows Landon Horst to score. That's now the 5th run that Horst has scored in the state tournament this year. It's going to bring up Dylan Swierczyk, and we're going to have a courtesy runner now for Dreesen. And it looks like it's going to be Chance Roberts. Roberts, another guy that has not had an at-bat in the state tournament, but he's been a courtesy runner numerous times and has scored twice. So Dylan Swierczyk now up with the bases loaded. 2-0 Millard West. Bottom of the third inning. Class A state title game in baseball. Carter Mick, the Lincoln East ace, still on the mound. Delivers. That one is going to be high, ball 1. Back in the first with the bases loaded, Mick got very deliberate, very slow in how he was operating. He does the same thing here. Swierczyk, the right-handed batter, swings, and that one would have come right back into the press box if not for the netting. Again, I probably would have needed medical help. I guarantee you I would not have made the catch. 2-0 Millard West, bottom of the third, 1 out, bases loaded. Carter Mick on the mound for the Spartans. Mick delivers, bunt laid down. Mick's going to get to it, throws home for the out to Worthley. Fire down to first base, and they double him up. That ends the inning. What a double play by the Spartans. After 3 innings of play, 2-0 Millard West. You're listening to the Class A State Tournament Championship game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Welcome back to the Class A state title game between Millard West and Lincoln East. We played 3 here at Tal Anderson Field. Millard West 2, Lincoln East nothing. I'm Mike Melby, Austin Norman back at the Ticket Studios. Big thank you to our sponsors for the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Tournament coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. A1 Automotive, Nebraska Realty, the Carpe Diem team, Independence Built, NDOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric. You just heard from Nicklin Hames about High Electric. They are for residential, commercial, or industrial. High Electric has the knowledge and abilities to meet all of your electrical needs. You can give them a call at 402-466-6606 today. They finish with the warm-up pitches for Millard West pitcher Drew Dreesen. Dermer. Dermer now to face the shortstop. Number 5 hole hitter for the Spartans, Joey Sinstock. Sinstock tries to bunt. Doesn't touch the ball at all. Strike 1. Sinstock hit into the play that got Yavasco thrown out at home. So he made good contact against Dermer in the first inning. He's up to bat against him now here in the 4th. Takes that one inside, but it caught the corner. 0-2 the count. Dermer delivers that one outside. Ball 1. Sinstock 3 for 11 here in the tournament. Dermer delivers, bounced in front of the plate. Count even at 2-2. Nobody out here, top of the 4th. Millard West with a 2-0 lead. Drew Dermer's gotten into a little bit of trouble in the first and second innings, but the third he was fine. That one fouled back. Dropped, though, by the catcher. I believe it was actually a called strike 3, and then the catcher dropped it. He had to throw down to first base, and he gets Sinstock as he tried to beat out the throw. So it'll go down as a strikeout. Mason Gaines up now, the right fielder for the Lincoln East Spartans. Gaines had a single back in inning number 2 to lead things off. The lefty steps in against Dermer. Swings through a fastball, 0-1. Dermer moving very quickly. Delivers again. That one fouled off. 0-2 the count. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 1 down. Mason Gaines up for the Lincoln East Spartans. Drew Dermer delivers and swung and fouled back once again. Millard West trying to defend the Class A state championship they won last year. Their 26th tournament appearance. That one outside by just about 12 feet. Long arms, though, by Corey Kozad, the Millard West catcher, and he knocked it down. 1-2 the count, one out here, top of the fourth inning. Dermer delivers, swung on, bouncing ball towards first, and it's going to hit the chalk and go foul. Dermer was going over to try to grab it. First baseman Peyton Moore was there just in case, but the ball kicked foul, and we stay at 1-2 with one out here in the top of the fourth. Millard West with a 2-0 lead on the Lincoln East Spartans. Sparty, just their 8th state tournament appearance ever. Dermer delivers, swung on and fouled up to the berm on the west side of the field. Excuse me, this is East 9th tournament appearance. Dermer delivers again, hard hit ball, knocked down by the second baseman. He doesn't know where it is, picks it up, not in time to throw, and Mason Gaines is on board. Dylan Swiersick knocked the ball down. He thought it got by him. It did not. It was underneath him. He spun around, picked it up, but it was not in time. I don't believe that is going to be ruled an error. Tough play for Swiersick to get over. So a single by Mason Gaines gives East once again a little bit of a threat on the base paths. One out, top of the fourth. Millard West 2-0. They lead it. Owen Lasik up. He swings through the first pitch. 0-1. Gaines over at first with 2 singles in the game. Time called now by Lasik. Lasik, the junior. Pitch on occasion as well. That one right down the middle. 0-2. Play called from the third base coach for the Spartans. Dermer from the stretch. Delivers that one, sent back into the netting. We stay 0-2. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Lincoln East has had some opportunities to score in this one. They have yet to do so. Down 2 rip. Dermer delivers, swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Camped out underneath it is Jackson Williams. He makes the catch. Back over to first base, Mason Gaines. And we have got 2 down in the inning. That's going to bring up center fielder Harrison Beester. Beester with a walk in inning number 2. Beester hit .316 this year. Scored 17 runs, drove in 12. The lefty steps in. Crowds the inner part of the batter's box. Dermer from the stretch delivers. That one's going to be high and outside, ball 1. Sun has not totally set, but it is shadows as far as the eye can see outside of just a touch of some sunshine on a couple of the buildings across in Exarban Village. Dermer puts one right down the middle. That one is a strike. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Millard West leads Lincoln East 2-0. Beester steps back in against Dermer. You've got Gaines over at first for the Spartans. Pitch up high, 2-1. From behind home plate here at the Tal Anderson Field, you look straight across to what used to be Exarban. Way back in the day where the Omaha Racers used to play in the old Exarban Coliseum. That one right down the middle for a strike, 2-2 the count. I know I saw my fair share of concerts and hockey games at the Coliseum. Spent many, many nights at the racetrack there. Now a beautiful office area, office park. Restaurants are over there. Beautiful Baxter Arena just to the east of this amazing facility as well. Dermer delivers right down the middle, strikes him out. That'll end the inning. Beester caught looking. We've played 3.5 here at Tal Anderson Field. It's the Class A state title game. Millard West 2, Lincoln East 0. You're listening to the state championship game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeline a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Back at Tal Anderson Field. On the call tonight, myself, Mike Melby. Nick Centered on vacation, unable to make this one. Fantastic job by Nick, though. With all of the games that he called, every single game in the Class A state baseball playoffs was called by Nick. And we had them all right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We want to thank our sponsors for the 2023 Boys State High School baseball coverage that we've been able to bring you here on The Ticket. High Electric, DBAT Lincoln, NDOT Highway Safety Office, Independent Built, the Nebraska Realty Carpe Diem team. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or just buying or selling a home, contact Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team. And A1 Automotive. Always honest answers. Full-service auto repair. They are located at 11th and L. So big thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you the Class A state baseball tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Warm-up pitches for the inning are done. Carter Mick back out on the mound for the Lincoln East Spartans. Millard West is going to send up their number 7 hitter, Nixon Snyder. Snyder had a nice play where he was able to throw out Avasco at the plate back in the first inning. And he was one of 3 strikeout victims in the second, his one and only time up in this one. The right-handed senior outfielder steps in, takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. I mentioned Easton, their 9th tournament appearance. It's the 26th appearance for Millard West. They won it in 19. They were runner-up in 21, and they won it last year. 1-1 the count now. Snyder steps back in. Mick with the delivery. That one hit down the right field line, and it curls foul into the netting. It is down quite a bit. Still, flags moving just a touch, though. Going in from what would be left center. Mick with the line and delivery. In the immortal words of Bob Uecker from Major League, that one was just a bit outside. Millard West trying to add to the lead. First batter in the bottom of the 4th inning for them. Swing and miss. And that is strikeout number 2 on the night for Nixon Snyder. 6th strikeout of the night for each pitcher, Carter Mick. Brady Braun now steps in. Braun struck out last time he was up in the 2nd inning. 258 hitter on the season. 21 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Braun takes the first pitch, caught the outside corner, 0-1. East was in the tournament last year. Didn't get through to the championship, though. Second pitch low. 1-1. Mick quick to deliver. Bunt attempt right down the third base line. Mick races over, can't get to it. That's going to be an infield single. On the bunt, Brady Bra. Very good placement. Mick slipped just a touch as he bent down to try to grab the ball, and it snuck underneath his glove. And once again, East has a base runner. They've had base runners in every inning but the second. They had the bases loaded in the first. They were struck out in the second. Bases loaded again in the third. And the first and third is where they scored the runs. And now with one out, Millard West again with a base runner at first. Carter Mick from the stretch delivers. Swing and a miss this time by Jackson Williams. Williams, the center fielder, struck out back in the second inning. 2-0 Millard West, bottom of the fourth. Jackson Williams steps back into the box. Mick bends down to adjust something on his shoe. Now back up. Running at first, Brady Braw. Mick delivers, swing and a miss that time by Williams. UNO had their graduation ceremonies today. They had 2 of them. And then you had 3 state championship baseball games going on here at Tal Anderson Field. It was a gong show of a madhouse earlier this afternoon. Mick delivers, strike 3 called. And Carter Mick has got his 7th strikeout of the game. 2 down. Bottom of the fourth inning, Millard West leading 2-0, trying to add to it. Brady Braw at first base. Carter Mick on the mound now for the Spartans. He's been in and out of trouble, but has 7 strikeouts in the game. Leadoff hitter Nick Vintiker back up for the Wildcats. Vintiker, always dangerous, pops this one high up and out of play over the dugout of the Lincoln East Spartans. Yeah, earlier it was an interesting dichotomy of individuals walking to and from either Baxter Arena or Tal Anderson Field. Some dressed in crazy hard hats and baseball game fan attire, others dressed to the nines as they just attended a graduation. Fantastic job by the UNO staff, though, with all of the things going on here in their facilities today. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. And Carter Mick, for the second straight time, has tossed the ball lightly over to first baseman A.J. Amasco. Trying to make sure that they keep Brady Braw a little bit closer to first base. Not sure he'd run here with 2 outs, but you never know. Throw home this time is going to catch the outside corner. Generous call there, but 0-2 now the count. Mick a little bit more deliberate, always is when there's base runners on, but has a much more fluid and solid motion right now. Mick delivers high fly ball to right field. Gains over foul territory. He dropped it. Easy fly ball, can of corn is what they call it. And the corn fell and spilled all over the kitchen floor. We'll see if that comes back to bite the Spartans. That's why you camp under it and catch the ball and make sure you secure it. Gaines just kind of trotted over and threw a glove up. Very lackadaisical, and it falls. So still 2 outs. That could have ended the inning. We'll see if Vintiker can take advantage. Mick with the pitch, and that one is just outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count on Nick Vintiker. Runner at first. 2-0 Millard West. Bottom of the fourth. State championship game in Class A, Nebraska baseball. That one outside. That's a call that was a strike a minute ago. That time it's not. Vintiker back into the box, the righty. Just a junior. He'll be back for the Wildcats next year. Mick from the stretch. Delivers. That one fouled up and out of play. Souvenir for a fan. Two and two the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. Millard West at bat. Runner at first base. They lead 2-0 over the Lincoln East Spartans for the Class A state baseball title. Pitch by Mick is up high. Stolen base attempt. Throw not in time. Brady Braw in with a stolen base. He gets to second. So a runner in scoring position now for Vic. 3-2 the count. Bra with good speed. At second, Mick delivers. Ball hit up the middle. Easy play, though. Joey Sinstock overthrows it to first, and he threw it inside. And now they try to get Bra as he made a big turn around third. Boy, it was a routine play for Joey Sinstock, and he throws the ball a good 6 feet inside the first base bag towards home plate. That pulls a Vasco off, so an error on Sinstock keeps the Millard West inning going. On the season, Lincoln East, a solid defensive team. Fielding percentage at .952, but they didn't rule the dropped fly ball in foul territory a moment ago as an error. They should have. That errant throw, though, should be an error. And another meeting on the mound. We'll see if they keep Mick in the game. I have not seen anybody for East warming up. Bottom of the fourth inning again. Millard West with an opportunity here. They've got runners at the corners, 2 outs. They lead it 2-0. Mick stays in the game. Bra is at third. Van Tijker is at first on the error. Corey Kozad, the catcher, reached on an error and walked so far in the game. He has scored the second of the 2 runs on the board for the Wildcats. Dermer pitched low and an uncontested stolen base from Van Tijker. He gets to second. Ball was in the dirt. It would have been an unbelievably tough play for Jeter Worthley to throw him out. So he doesn't attempt the throw. Runners at second and third now. Can Kozad deliver for the Wildcats? Dermer with the pitch. Hard hit ball. It's going to get back and not over the left fielder's head. Boy, he had to retreat quickly, but took the steps back he needed, makes the catch, and Lincoln East dodges another bullet. The old Aerosmith song, Living on the Edge, is coming to mind right now. We've played 4 at Tal Anderson Field, Class A Nebraska State Baseball Championship game. Goes to the 5th inning with Millard West on top of Lincoln East 2-0. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121. Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
Back at Tal Anderson Field, it is the home of the UNO Mavericks baseball team. It is a gorgeous facility just south of Center Street, just west of Baxter Arena, right around 70th or 67th Street. From behind home plate, you can look over and see Exarban Village. Beautiful view here, beautiful field. Class A state title game. Big thanks to A1 Automotive, Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team, Independence Built, NDOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric for allowing us to bring you the 2023 Class A State Boys High School Baseball Tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Drew Dermer into his 5th inning of work. He winds up and sends the first one in to Tanner Peterson, the 9-hole hitter, third baseman for the Lincoln East Spartans. Sparty's had some opportunities in this one, have not been able to capitalize. First pitch, cross for a strike. Next one low, ball 1. So 1-1, nobody out here, top of the 5th. Millard West Wildcats 2, Lincoln East Spartans nothing. Dermer works quickly. This one fouled up and off to the right side. It'll bounce off the roof here. May have wound up in the softball stadium that is immediately behind or to the south of Tal Anderson Field here. The setup is going to be similar to the new baseball facility that's going to go at first and Cornhusker. That pitch high and inside. 2-2 the count. But they announced Nebraska Wesleyan is going to have their own facility for baseball and softball at the Giants baseball complex. It's going to go at first and Cornhusker right north of Oak Lake. That one bounced into the plate. There was a check swing, but he did not go around Tanner Peterson. They've already started doing work at that first and Cornhusker location. Dermer in the wind. Oh, that one was above his head. It almost hit him. And it goes to the backstop. Peterson trots the first piece, looking over to see if maybe he's got an opportunity to take second. He is not. But he is on first with a walk. And we'll have a courtesy runner. It is going to be Ashton Moser. So Moser in to run for Tanner Peterson. And that's going to bring up leadoff hitter Jeter Worthley, the catcher for the Spartans. Worthley's the guy that you probably need to be a little bit more nervous about at the plate than anybody if you're the opposition. He's 0 for 2 in this one so far, struck out in the first and grounded out in the second. 1 on, nobody out here, top of the 5th, 2-0 Millard West. Pitch, and Worthley sees that one go across the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Again, Ashton Moser over at first base to run for Tanner Peterson. So Dermer will work from the stretch again. Worthley steps in, swings. That one's going to be hit to right field, but backtracking a little bit and easily making the catch is Brady Braw, the right fielder for the Wildcats. The throw in to the infield gets away from the first baseman. I am not sure what Braw was doing. He tried to throw it back to first like he was trying to throw Braw out. Braw was already easily back. He had a second baseman there for a cutoff man and just flat out missed him. Bouncing ball towards the east dugout allows Brady Braw to move over to second. 1 out here, top of the first. And again, East with an opportunity. Runner in scoring position. They're down 2-0. Conversation between catcher Corey Kozad and pitcher Drew Dermer. And then a very slow walk from Kozad back behind the plate. That is going to bring up Troy Peltz. Peltz with a perfect bunt. And the East fans love it. And we've got runners at the corners. So the bunt is laid down by Peltz, and that advances Ashton Moser over to second. And now out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher is Millard West coach Steve Fry. He's going to bring the whole infield in with him. Runners on the corners, East again threatening here in the 5th inning. It is the top of the 5th. Millard West leads it 2-0. Outfielders stay out, but Dermer joined by Nick Van Tyker, Tyson Lewis, Dylan Swiersick, Peyton Moore, and Corey Kozad. It is a very brief conversation. And Dermer walks back behind the mound. East breaks up their little huddle that was over along the third base line, and we get set to go back to action. East threatening here, 1 out, top of the 5th inning. They're down 2-0. Ashton Moser at third. He's pinch running for Tanner Peterson at first. Troy Peltz, who just laid down a perfect bunt. AJ Avasco, who was thrown out at the plate in the first, steps in. The junior lefty waits for the first pitch, and that one gets by the catcher. Streaking for home is Moser. Head first slide. He's safe. East is on the board. Not sure if it's going to be a wild pitch or a pass ball. It bounced, but Kozad was unable to get it. Went all the way to the backstop, and his throw to Drew Dermer was not in time. Moser scores 2-1. Your score, top of the fifth, one out. East with a runner now at second. Vasco, the lefty, again steps in against Dermer. That one's going to be fouled down the left field line. Racing over, trying to get to it, Nixon Snyder, but it is going to be too far. He could not quite get to it. Bounced in foul territory, but a good 10 feet away from where Snyder was able to get to by the time it landed. 1-1 the count, one out. We're in the top of the fifth. Millard West 2, Lincoln East 1. Vasco waits, swings. This one's a bouncer towards first. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. That's the second time I've seen a ball hit down that first base line, and it hits really close to the foul line, and it takes a sharp right-handed bounce. So I don't know if they've got a little groundskeeping that they edge it that way just in case. Regardless, Vasco stays alive. 1-2 the count now. East on the board. They trail 2-1. Class A state title game right here at 93.7 the ticket. Dermer delivers. Hard hit ball. It's going to be into right field. From second. Pelham on his horse. He's going to score easily. And this one is tied up. Vasco with the RBI single. And it is 2-2 here at the top of the fifth. That is going to bring up designated hitter Garrett Springer. And now another conversation on the mound. And it looks like Alexander Wilhelm is going to pinch run or be a courtesy runner. Dermer stays in the game. Springer steps in. Alex Wilhelm at first now running in place of AJ Vasco. 2-2 your score. Top of the fifth Class A state title game here at Tal Anderson Field. Dermer delivers that one right down the middle. 0-1 the count. One out here. Top of the fifth. Dermer waits for Springer to get back in the box. He does. Delivery. That one is going to just catch the outside corner. 0-2 now. Springer's going to have to dig himself out of a hole or make some contact here. Decent lead for Wilhelm over at first. Dermer checks him, now steps back on the rubber. There's the pitch, swing, and it's fouled off. That was kind of a protective swing from Springer. It's what looks like to me from my vantage point, which is not exactly behind home plate like it should be outside, but that has been a pitch that has been called a strike this entire game. Springer again steps in with an 0-2 count against Drew Dermer. Game tied at 2, top of the fifth. There's the pitch and a check swing, dropped. They fake the throw to first, and Springer goes down as a strikeout victim. That is the fourth strikeout, make that fifth strikeout for Drew Dermer. That's going to bring up Joey Senstock. Senstock had the hit back in the first that had Vasco get thrown out at the plate, and then he struck out in the fourth. Again, Alex Wilhelm at first running for AJ Vasco. There's the pitch right down the middle, strike one. 2-2 your score. East and Millard West, Class A state title game. here at the beautiful Tal Anderson baseball field on the UNO campus. Dermer delivers, swung on, fouled to the backstop. 0-2 the count. Alexander Wilhelm, the courtesy runner, has yet to have an at-bat, but he's another one of the speedsters that the Spartans use. He scored a run already here in the state tournament. Senstock waits for the pitch from Dermer. Delivery high. A little bit of chin music there. Senstock stepped back, got out of the way. Count now 1-2, 2 outs, top of the fifth inning, tied at 2. Dermer with the pitch, fouled down the left field line. Millard West trying to repeat. And Lincoln East trying to deliver Lincoln High School baseball its first state title since 1977. Dermer from the stretch checks the runner at first, and now timeout is called by Corey Kozad, the Millard West catcher. Just by his mannerisms, I think Corey Kozad is quite a character. In a good way. Here's the pitch, and that one bounces, or does it? He faked that it bounced. They're going to call strike 3. So Senstock goes down swinging for the second straight inning, and we have now played 4.5. We head to the bottom of the fifth, tied at 2. The Sparties even it up in their half of the fifth. You're listening to the Class A state title game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Welcome back to the Class A state title game. 2023 Full State High School basketball tournament coverage on 97 The Ticket is brought to you by Nebraska Realty, the Carpe Diem team. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or just buying and selling a home, contact Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team. Also, by Independence Bill, Lincoln's versatile general contractor. They service Southeast Nebraska. Contact Keenan at 402-430-4954. Plus, the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. You have planned for everything in your life. However, you did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think. We head to the bottom of the fifth, tied at 2. Lincoln East got Carter Mick on the mound, stepping in against Tyson Lewis, the shortstop for the Millard West Wildcats. First pitch outside, 1-0. East continued to threaten the first, second, third, and fourth innings. Finally get on the board, and they've equaled this thing. Carter Mick for the Spartans has worked out of trouble all game long other than the second when he struck out the side. That one comes in a little high at 2-0 now. Millard West otherwise has been right on the edge of breaking this thing open. Their failure to do so. There's a chopper over the head of Mick, charging hard as the shortstop throws it over to first in time. What a stretch by Avasco. Joey Senstock charged, grabbed it in the glove instead of trying to go barehanded, is able to get it out and fires one just wide outside of the first base bag. Great stretch by Avasco. He makes the play, and there's one down here in the bottom of the fifth. And Millard West head coach Steve Fry not happy about it. He walks across the field to have a conversation with first base umpire Zach Lutz. And if I'm reading lips correctly, I believe they're going to go back to Lincoln and have dinner after the game at Mary Ellen's, because Mary Ellen's has got fantastic barbecue. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Definitely, they're going to head to Mary Ellen's after the game. Not satisfied that the call did not go his way, but satisfied with the conversation and evidently the dinner plans. Steve Fry heads back over to the Millard West dugout. Tied at 2, 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning. Carter Mick on the mound for the Lincoln East Spartans. Stepping in against him now, Peyton Moore, the first baseman for the Millard West Wildcats. Senior does a little bit of everything. Plays infield, outside, outfield, and he'll pitch. And first pitch swinging is Moore. It's popped up and over my head, and as a matter of fact, I heard it land on the roof just above me. This game has not progressed at the speed in which the others did today. I want to say the Class B game took like an hour and 32 minutes. It was crazy, and it was only about an hour and 45-minute game for the Class C final earlier today that saw Malcolm knock off Roncalli 3-1. Big congrats to Malcolm. Elkhorn North 2-1 winners over Norris in the Class B title game earlier today as well. Mick sets, delivers. That one catches the corner. And it is now 1-2 on Peyton Moore. Working quickly. Mick to the wind. Throws. That one's going to be fouled off to the right side. Standing room only crowd for the most part on the Lincoln East side, which is the first base side. That's where their dugout is. Millard West dugout on the third base side. And it is packed over there, and the berm has got probably a good 20-25% of the berm filled with people. Great crowd on hand, despite a little bit chillier temperatures than I know we all wish that we had for a third Friday in May. That one is going to be high. And Moore has worked the count full. 1 down, bottom of the 5th, game tied at 2. Peyton Moore, right-handed batter in the box for the Wildcats. Mick with the pitch, and it is fouled straight back into the netting. We'll try it again. 87 pitches thrown now by Carter Mick. As he works into the 5th inning, he's worked 4 1/3 so far. Mick with the line, delivers, and that one is a ball. Peyton Moore draws the walk. Moore with a single, a strikeout, and now a walk. He goes over to first. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th, game tied at 2. Caden Dreesen steps in. Dreesen had the sacrifice fly in the first to get the first run of the game across. And East shifts the outfielders just a touch over to the right. Left field line is wide open. There is a good 90 to 100 feet as Dreesen swings through the first pitch. There is 90 to 100 feet between Troy Peltz, the East left fielder, and the left field line. Caden Dreesen steps back in. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Game tied at 2. Class A state title on the line. That one's going to be outside. 1-1. Third baseman is not playing shaded over towards the shortstop at all. He's only 7 to 8 feet off the third base line. But boy, left fielder Troy Peltz way over. Dreesen swings at that one. It's going to go down the first base line and foul. If you ever watch college softball, that would be what they call a slapper. Basically just trying to stay alive. Just kind of slap the bat of the ball, trying to put it in play somewhere. This has been a game full of opportunity and missed opportunity. Millard West has had the bases loaded twice in the game, but has only managed a single run both times. Once in the first and once in the third. Lincoln East has had base runner in every in third, and it took them until the fifth to finally scratch across a couple of runs. We're tied at 2. Bottom of the fifth, 1 out. Dreesen steps back in, swings and fouls it into the netting straight back. Quick conversation between the first base coach and Peyton Moore over at first. 1-2, the count, 1 out. Not exactly the count you'd run on, but we'll see. Mick checks the runner. He fakes, and pitch is going to be high and outside. Now 2-2. Bottom of the fifth, tied 2-2. Class A state title game here at Tal Anderson Field. Mick delivers, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8 on the game for Carter Mick. Ball boy comes out to deliver Troy Test a couple of more baseballs. And with that, Jeter Worthley is going to take the opportunity to go out and have a conversation with his infield. 2 down now, bottom of the fifth. This is one that you want to make sure that you get out of this before things possibly get out of control like they did last inning. East dodged a bullet last inning after a couple of errors or a misplayed ball that should have been a third out in foul territory by Mason Gaines, and then an error on the shortstop. This is one where you want to either get a strikeout or just get a simple ball in play somewhere to try to allow your defense to make a play. Dylan Swirsik steps in. Swirsik, the sophomore, now 1 for 8 in the state tournament this year. Mick with the delivery, check swing, strike 1. Only 9 hits total in the game. 2-2 your score. Millard West has got 5 hits, Lincoln East 4. Mick with the delivery, swing and a miss by Swirsik, 0-2. Over at first, Peyton Moore. Three errors in the game by Millard West, though. Mick from the stretch, jammed him. Boy, nice job that time by Dylan Swirsik to fight it off the hands. Bounced it over towards the Lincoln East dugout. It rolled into foul territory over by right field. They get a baseball back out to Carter Mick. Tied at 2, bottom of the fifth. Been a suspense-filled game. Mick with the delivery, called strike 3. Mick gets out of the inning with his 8th strikeout of the game. We go to the bottom of inning number 6, or excuse me, the top of inning number 6, with the game squared away at 2. It's the Class A state title game right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
2023 Class A State Baseball Tournament. Every single game has been right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Big thanks to Nick Sennert for doing all the hard work, heavy lifting to get us to the title game and then taking vacation so I can come in here and call the championship game. I'm Mike Melby. Austin Orman back at the Ticket Studios. Big thanks to A1 Automotive. Always honest answers. Full service auto repair. They are located downtown at 11th and L. Big thanks to them. Plus Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team. Independence Built. NDOT Highway Safety Office, High Electric, and DBAT Lincoln for sponsoring our coverage of the 2023 Boys State Tournament. We're still on bound. Up, keep and one away. Owen Lasig now up to bat. 2 on the night. First pitch across first track. Your score. Millard West with 1 in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the third. Lincoln East with 2 in the top of the fifth. Next pitch, chopper, back to Dermer. Can't make the play. Charging and unable to get it is Tyson Lewis. And reaching base is Owen Lasig to give East another opportunity here. They've had runners on base every inning but the third. Bounced over the head of Dermer. And as Tyson Lewis charged, it kind of died on him. He overran it. Not sure that they would call that an error. I'm going to call it an infield hit. We'll see if they do change it, but I don't think so. Harrison Beester now, the center fielder, in for the Spartans. Beester walked and struck out. First pitch right across the outside corner by Dermer. And it's 0-1. Dermer checks first base. Delivers. Beester's got to get out of the way of that one. 1-1 your count. 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Game tied at 2. Beester with a little bit of gamesmanship as he steps out of the box, readjusts both gloves. Now adjusts the helmet, steps back in. Dermer with the pitch. They lay down the bunt, and no, they don't. They miss. Beester just barely got a piece of it. And it puts him in a 1-2 hole with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Tie game, state title on the line. Dermer checks first. Delivers, stolen base, a tip. No. Heading back is Lasig. And now we're going to have another conversation on the mound. With that, let's step aside for a quick station ID right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Quick conversation on the mound is over. And the quick conversation between the Lincoln East Spartans is over near the third base line. Owen Lasig back to first base. 1 out. We are in the top of inning number 6, Class A state title game. Millard West 2, Lincoln East 2. Harrison Beester, the center fielder for the Spartans, is up. Beester was a .316 hitter during the season. He's the guy that knows how to put the ball in play. We'll see what he could do here with this opportunity. 2-2 the count. Dermer with the pitch, and now it's going to be fouled over to the berm on the left side. And again, Lasig with another jump. He gets probably 30 feet off the base on an absolute tear and is stopped Looked planned both times. We'll see what he does here with a 2-2 count and 1 out. Dermer with the pitch, lined towards the second baseman, over his head. It's going to get into right field. Runners hold where they're at. First and second now for Sparty. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. So back-to-back singles. And we have got another conversation taking place out on the mound. And I believe they're going to bring in Nick Ventiker. So third baseman Nick Ventiker, one of the best utility players in the state, is going to take over the mound from Drew Dermer. For Dermer, he goes 5 1/3, gives up 2 runs, winds up with 6 strikeouts. And he walked 2. The whole keeping this for me. And you never know what I'm going to do. So, sorry. 6-1 out. 6-7 between Lincoln and Millard.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Back at Tal Anderson Field, I'm Mike Melby. Austin Norman back in the Ticket Studios, and it is crunch time here in the Class A state title game for the Nebraska baseball season in 2023. I mentioned last inning, it has been a game of opportunities and missed opportunities. Bases loaded in the first for Millard West, they only get 1 run. Bases loaded in the third for Millard West, they only get 1 run. Lincoln East has had runners on every inning except the third. They finally capitalize in the 5th. They score 2, and now they've got runners at first and second with 1 out in the top of the 6th. And Nick Ventiker is in to replace Drew Dermer. He went 5 1/3. Gave up 2 runs, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Ventiker is going to have to pitch from the stretch here against Tanner Peterson. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Ventiker this year, 5 saves on the season, an 0.81 ERA. He's pitched in 2 of the 4 games for Millard West. and has thrown 2.1 innings of work, has not allowed a run yet in the state tournament. He works now with 1 out and 2 runners on. They are not his. They belong to Drew Dermer. And again, out to have a conversation is Corey Kozad with his pitcher. Peterson at the plate. 0-1 count. Van Tykert fouls that one into the netting over on the right-hand side. Van Tykert throws hard. From the stretch, 0-2 the count. Van Tykert with the perfect pitch, paints the outside corner, gets his first strikeout of the game. Peterson down looking. That is going to bring up the top of the order. Jeter Worthley. Young man is 0 for 3 on the night. He's got a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. Last time a well-hit ball to right field. We'll see if he can do anything here. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Game tied at 2. Worthley on the season. 14 RBIs. Has yet to plate anybody here in the state tournament. He backs out. Little gamesmanship between him and Van Tykert. Van Tykert from the stretch. The righty throws right on the inside corner, 0-1. Worthley, just a sophomore, the catcher for the Spartans. Hit .360 this season. Here's the pitch. Hard shot towards shortstop. Sliding and making the play as Tyson Lewis throws to first in time. And that ends the half of the inning for the Spartans. 2 hits, 2 left on. Nobody scores. We head to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2 in the Class A state title game right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Welcome back. High school basketball. Camps are all that. 7 The Ticket on baseball summer camps at DBAT in Southeast Lincoln. Plus, a big thank you to High Electric for residential, commercial, or industrial. High Electric has the knowledge and abilities to meet your electrical needs. Call them anytime, 402-466-6606 today. Also, a big thanks to the NDOT Highway Safety Office and Independence Built. Great set of sponsors helping us bring you Class A state baseball tournament here on 93.7 The Ticket. Carter Mick out to work the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is outside. 1-0. Nixon Snyder, the left fielder, takes the second one right down the middle, 1-1. Snyder has struck out twice in the game. Tall right-hander stands in against Mick. 1-1 the count. We're in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled over to the right side, just above the Lincoln East dugout. Sun has set here in Omaha, Nebraska. And it is a beautiful sight looking out from behind home plate at Tal Anderson Field, looking over to Xarban Village, the Baxter Arena off to the west. Pitch from Mick, another one fouled up over the netting this time, and bounces over behind the press box. You've got Center Street immediately to the north, and all the new development that's happened around this area in the last decade. Tied at 2, bottom of the 6th. Mick with the delivery. That one does not catch the outside corner. That's the call that, I'm sorry, from where I've been all night, it's been a strike 90% of the time. Not that time, though. 2-2 the count. Bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. They redirect the defense. Pitch from Mick. That one catches the corner. Exact same spot as last time. This time it is a strike. Carter Mick with his 10th strikeout of the game. That's going to bring up Brady Braw. Braw singled his last time up, got over to third, but Millard West could not bring him home. He fouls that one straight back into the protective netting. Lincoln East student section over to the first base side, all on their feet. Millard West student section over to the third base side, all on their feet, just as it should be. 0-1 pitch from Mick, swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. Brady Braw trying to get on base. He got things started 2 innings ago. In the same situation with 1 out. That ball outside, 1-2. Not a soul has left. Still standing room only on both sides. Mick into the wind. The lefty delivers. Strike 3 swinging. 11 strikeouts for Carter Mick. And now Ben Sturbins is going to be a pinch hitter. Sturbins steps in. Hit 265 on the season. He is 1 for 1 in the state tournament. Or excuse me, 0 for 1 in the state tournament with a run scored. He walked his other plate appearance. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ben Sturbins steps in. He'll replace Jackson Williams out in center. First pitch outside, ball 1. Sturbins hit 265 on the season, drove in 13, scored 14. He'll also come out of the bullpen and make an occasional start. He was 3-0 on the year as a pitcher. That one a little bit outside, ball 2. East looking for baseball championship number 1 in their history. Millard West looking for their 3rd and 2nd in a row. That one high, 3-0. You've got 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th here in a 2-2 game. You don't want to put the number 9 hitter on 4 straight pitches. Carter Mick with a 3-0 count here against Ben Sturbins. That one right down the middle, strike 1. Defense set up pretty much straight away. Center fielder Jackson Williams is essential to the time of the game. From 6. Tied at 2. Or is it? We'll find out when we get back right now.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of the Class A state title game in the 2023 state baseball tournament. Apologies for the technical difficulties we are having. Ethernet cutting in and out a little bit here at Tal Anderson Field. I'm Mike Melby. Austin Orman back in the 93.7 The Ticket studios. Millard West Wildcats and the Lincoln East Spartans going after a state title here tonight. We've played 6, and we are tied at 2. Nick Van Tyker is on the mound for the Millard West Wildcats. He replaced Drew Dermer with 1 out in the 6th. Replacing him at third base was Brady Ferguson. Up now for Lincoln East is Troy Peltz as we go to the top of the 7th. First pitch, strike. Caught the outer corner. Oh, and 1 the count. Van Tyker with that one going just outside. 1-1. Van Tyker quickly delivers, check swing. They say no. Third base umpire Joe Ryder quickly said no swing. Pelt steps back in. The lefty swings at that one, and he's going to foul it back over the Millard West dugout. Lincoln East got 2 in inning number 5. They've got their 2 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error. 2 runs for Millard West. Their runs coming in the 1st and the 3rd. 5 hits for them. 3 errors in the game for the Wildcats. Peltz again. And Van Tyker steps off the rubber. Now back on. Into the wind. Van Tyker fastball. It is drilled to right field. On his horse is going to be Mason Grimes. And he makes the catch by the warning track. And excuse me, it wasn't Grimes, it was Brady Braw. Braw back, though, had to really get after that one and tracks it down at the warning track. Peltz gave it a ride, but it's a F9 in the scorebook. That's going to bring up A.J. Avasco. Avasco reached in the 1st on an error, flew out in the 3rd, and drove in a run in the 5th. Now up for the 4th time and swings through that one. Strike 1. Van Tyker again, pitch right over the outside edge. 0-2 the count now on Avasco. Van Tyker working quickly. That one way outside. 1-2. 1 out here, top of the 7th inning. Tied at 2, Class A state title game. Van Tyker steps off the rubber. Avasco back into the box. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike. And we've got 2 down. Garrett Springer steps in now, the designated hitter. He's got a walk, a line out, and a strikeout in this one. Springer, the right-handed batter, against Van Tynker, the right-handed pitcher. Van Tynker to the wind. First pitch taken by Springer. Thought it was high. Still called a strike. Springer steps to the box. And back and working. Going to be fouled up to the right side. Get out. He does. Two. State game. Class A. And up here at Cal Anderson Field. Beautiful Maverick baseball team. Cats. Now, 1-2. On the two count. Bottom of the second, into the Class A state title game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121. Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Back at Tal Anderson Field in Omaha, Nebraska. It is the Class A state title game between Millard West and Lincoln East. Pitching change for the Spartans. Carter Mick is done after 6 innings. He wound up with a dozen strikeouts, gave up 2 runs and 5 hits. In for him is Paul Shortridge. Shortridge on the season was 8-1-1 with a 1.92 ERA. In the state championships this year, 1.48 ERA, 6.1 innings pitched, and he got the win last Monday. So Shortridge now and to face the top of the order, Van Tynker. Van Tynker lays down the bunt. It is perfect. It hits the grass and bounces foul. Wow, Van Tynker with an absolutely perfect bunt. It hit the seam of the where the grass and the dirt AstroTurf meet, and it took a sharp bounce to the left and foul. That is a break for Lincoln East because Van Tynker was not going to get caught. He steps back in now, though, with an 0-1 count. Carter Mick, great outing to get Lincoln East through 6. Shortridge now on. The lefty winds, deals, and that was going to be outside, but it caught the edge of the plate right where it has all night. 0-2 the count. Millard West fans upset, but it's the same call that's been there all night for both teams. Shortridge, the wine. This one's going to be popped up into right field, giving Chase Mason gains, and he makes the play. One away. That one just inside the foul line. So Van Tanker gives it a ride, but the fly out to Gaines. One down here in the bottom of the 7th. Millard West trying to figure out how to get somebody on base and manufacture a run to win a state title. Lincoln East trying to get this one to extra innings. Corey Kozad in now, the catcher for the Wildcats. Right-handed batter. Kozad reached on an error, walked and flew out. Hits one right back up in the middle for a solid base hit. And Kozad is on the winning run at first base. 270 feet away. And he is going to be courtesy run for. It is going to be Landon Horst, who has already scored in the game. Horst was a courtesy runner earlier for Kozad as well, and scored back in the 3rd. Left-handed hitting Tyson Lewis, 3rd in the batting order, now steps in against Paul Shortridge. 2-2 your score, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count now on Tyson Lewis, the big lefty. 2 walks and a ground out. Horst again at first base, running for Kozad. Here's the pitch, right down the middle. Looks like he pulled the string on that one, did Shortridge. 0-2 the count. Double play, we go to extras, base hit, things get really interesting. Shortridge from the stretch. Throws over to first, pickoff play, not in time. Bear the throw back. Move by Shortridge. Drives it. Throw to the cutoff man. Runners on the corners. 1 out. State title on the line. Two well-hit balls by Corey Kozad and Tyson Lewis. And Millard West has got runners on the corners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Millard West is going to call a timeout. Wildcat student section already half celebrating. Lincoln East fans, quiet conversations between everybody involved in the game on both sides near the pitcher's mound and the third base line. East near the pitcher's mound. And their pitcher, Paul Shortridge. Millard West's little conversation huddle is now broken up. Peyton Moore to win it. Moore with a strikeout, a single, and a walk in the game tonight. And they are going to intentionally walk Peyton Moore. So the bases are loaded for Caden Dreesen. Bases loaded, nobody out. Dreesen, 407 hitter on the season. He was 4 for 6 coming in. He's 1 for 3 tonight in the state tournament. So 5 for 9 in the state tournament. Can Millard West go back-to-back? Shortridge, the left-hander from the stretch. Dreesen right-handed hitter, steps in. Bases juiced for the Wildcats. First pitch hit in the air to shallow left field. Making the play, Peltz, throw, play at the plate, and he got him! Double play! We're going to extra innings! What a throw by Troy Peltz! He nails Landon Horst at the plate, Worthley with the tag. Bring on some free baseball! Back with extra innings after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. And with a team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
And we are back with some free baseball. 2-2, we go to the 8th. And it looks like Nick Van Tyker is back in for the Millard West Wildcats, warming up. And it is going to be Joey Sinstock to lead things off in the top of the 8th for the East Spartans. What a game. Opportunities and missed opportunities. Two runs on 6 hits for the Lincoln East Spartans. 1 error on the night. 2 runs on 7 hits. 3 errors for the Millard West Wildcats through 7 innings of play. Everybody's scrambling for new lineup sheets like myself. As we try to keep track of everything here. What a game it has been. Baseball tournament. Highlight at Lincoln, Independence built. Transportation. Those helping us. Boise, Austin Orman back in the studios with the pitch. And it is since Joey Sinstock lays down the bunt right back to Van Tyker. Van Tyker throws it over to first base. Peyton Moore squeezes it, and we've got 1 down here in the top of the 8th. 1-3 on the putout. That's going to bring up Mason Gaines. The pitch and swung and fouled straight back. 1 out here, top of the 8th. We're tied at 2. After two very fast games earlier in the day to crown champions. Another swing and a miss that time by Gaines. 0-2. Van Tyker's only been in for an inning and, well, now after the first out here, 2 innings, and he's already got 3 strikeouts. That one hard hit to second base. Swierczyk bobbles it, throws to first just in time. Boy, Swierczyk had that one take kind of a weird hop on him. He was able to stay in front of it, stay with it, make the play over to Moore to get the out. 2 outs here, top of the 8th, tied at 2. Owen Lasik with a bouncer to shortstop, fired across and out. 6-3 on the putout. 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans. We'll see if Millard West can do anything in the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Free Baseball. It's extra innings here for the state title between Millard West and Lincoln East. They're tied at 2 right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Welcome back to Tal Anderson Field. As we jot down some notes here, it has been a crazy one. We're in extra innings. We're tied at 2. Lincoln East going for their first ever Class A state baseball title. They came in as the 2 seed. They're undefeated in state tournament play, 30-4 on the season. They've won 13 in a row. They have had opportunities in every inning other than the 3rd and the 8th in which they were set down in order. Popcorn buckets have been emptied. They're now being worn as hats by fans on both sides. Exactly what you'd want from a state title game. Dylan Swierzyk's going to step in against Paul Shortridge. Swierczyk struck out twice and hit into what ultimately wound up being a double play on a bunt with the bases loaded. Shortridge, the lefty, worked 1 scoreless inning, although he had some trouble back in the 7th. Pitch outside, ball 1. And check that. There is a pinch hitter. Tanner Wilbeck. Wilbeck, the right-hander, swings and misses. 1-1 the count. (21) instead of 26. So Wilbeck with his first at bat in the game has that one bounce in front of the plate. 2-1 the count. Wilbeck hit .250 on the season. In the state tournament, he has had 2 plate appearances. He is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss again by Wilbeck. Now 2-2. Shortridge. Vaco 1. Their first. Snyder. Not the 3 strikes. bottom three, Williams combined time. Bottom of the eighth, bat. That one's going to be flared into right field. Out is the second baseman, Owen Lasig, and he makes the play. Boy, that looked a little scary for East fans for a moment, but Lasig was playing deep enough. Was able to drift back and catch that one. 2 down, bottom of the eighth. That's going to bring up Brady Braw. Braw has struck out twice and singled. Also had a fantastic catch over in right field back in the 7th inning. Shortridge with the pitch, swing and a miss by Braw, 0-1. Only 16 pitches for Shortridge. He's got plenty of rest. Shortridge into the wind. Delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2. Class A state title game right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Game tied at 2. We're in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Millard West trying to win their 2nd straight state championship. Lincoln East going for their first in school history. Shortridge doesn't like the signs, shakes them all off, steps off the rubber. Braw now out of the box, jumps back in. Shortridge with the pitch and just getting a piece of it is Braw. Back to the netting it goes, and he stays alive. Count still 0-2, though. 2 down here, bottom of the 8th. Jeter Worthley heads out to the mound and has a conversation with Paul Shortridge. And now he's asking Troy Tess, the home plate umpire, about something. Looks like everything's squared away. Don't know if there was a mix-up on the signs because Shortridge shook him off a couple of times during the last pitch. Set and ready to go again. Shortridge with the pitch, swing and a miss. And East is out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. 6 up, 6 down. 3 for each side in the 8th. We go to inning number 9. More free baseball right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Back at Tal Anderson Field, it is the Class A state title game in the Nebraska Boys State Baseball Tournament. Millard West Wildcats, defending state champions, 32-6 on the season. 2 Lincoln East Spartans, 30-4 on the season, undefeated in the state tournament so far. 2. And if all that information before I gave you the score confused you, we're tied at 2. Into the top of the 9th inning we go. Up for Lincoln East, it's going to be Harrison Beester, the center fielder. Beester's a lefty. Nick Van Tykert came in relief of Drew Dermer back in the 5th inning with 1 out. And he has been flawless since. Everything's squared away. First pitch, and right across the plate for a strike. Beaster in the game so far has a walk, a strikeout, and a single. Next one right down the middle, strike 2. Van Tijker throws hard, and his move to the plate is quick. He does not waste a lot of movement when he throws, nor does he waste time when he gets ready. This one hit towards the second baseman, and Swierczyk fires it over to Moore for a 4-3 putout. One down here in the top of the 9th inning. Tanner Peterson steps to the plate. Peterson, the third baseman, who had a nifty play back in the bottom of the 8th. He comes up 2 strikeouts in the game. He's also walked and scored a run. First pitch, he bunts it high up into the air. Diving was Kozad. Can't make the play. Boy, what an effort by Corey Kozad. Blew a strap out on one of his ads. Ever, but the to the home of the UNO Maverick baseball game. He starts this cats outfield, kind of middle depth. And defensively set, Millard West is almost just straight away at every position. Peterson, the right-hander, waits. That one bounces away from the catcher, Kozad, over towards the Lincoln East dugout. And we've got ball 1. 1-1 the count, 1 out here, top of inning number 9. Van Tijker. The wind, fires one right on the outside corner, strike 2. Quick timeout called by Peterson while he gets himself set in the box. Van Tijker now with the delivery. That one bounced high up into the air. Van Tijker's going to grab it just off the back of the mound. Lazy throw over to Peyton Moore as he didn't need to rush. And there are 2 down now here in the top of the 9th. Jeter Worthley steps to the plate. Worthley, a guy that coming in I thought would do some damage. He has struggled. Worthley was 3 for 8 coming into the game in the state tournament. He is 0 for 4 tonight. 2 flyouts, a ground out, and a strikeout. Van Tijker gets this one right over that outside edge again. Perfect pitch from the Millard West pitcher. 0-1 the count on Worthley. 2 down, top of inning number 9. 2-2 your score. State title game in Class A. Another pitch. That one was outside. Kozad tried to frame it. Home plate umpire Troy Test not buying. Van Tijker again works quickly. That one way outside. 2-1. 33 pitches now for Van Tijker. Worthley again. Choked up just a touch on the bat. Here's the pitch. That one outside corner. This time he catches it. And the Lincoln East third base coach giving Troy Test an earful. He's been calling the outside corner a little bit further outside as Worthley fouls one back. It's been consistent in one spot other than 3 or 4 pitches, and then it's been a little weird once it gets a couple inches off the plate more than it has been. All you want is consistency. If you're going to call a pitch a strike a foot off the plate, do it every time. That's all the coaches and players ask for. Curveball that time, fouled off by Worthley. Over to the right side, he stays alive. Kind of got a feeling that Worthley is due for something here. But against Van Tijker, that's a heavy lift. Tied at 2, top of inning number 9, 2 outs. Van Tijker, the delivery, that one's high, 3-2. Payoff pitch, 3-2, 2 outs, swing and a miss. Worthley goes down swinging for the second time tonight. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Millard West with another chance to capture a state title when we return right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Welcome back to Tal Anderson Field. My name is Mike Melby. Austin Orman back in the Ticket Studios. And Austin, I know your playing days when you were in high school had you pretty well thought of as a prospect, and a night like tonight I think you would have thrived in. It has been a heck of a game. I've mentioned numerous times opportunities and missed opportunities. So it looks like Jackson Williams is going to step in and pinch hit now for Ben Sturbins, who pinch hit earlier in the game he had pinch hit for Williams. At any rate, Shortridge, the lefty, with a curveball there. So top of the 93. Guide, you could tell he took a little bit off of it, trying to make sure he threw a strike, and that's not a good thing to do. That one goes high and away. 4-pitch walk for Jackson Williams. And now they're going to bring third baseman Tanner Peterson in, looking for a bunt here. I don't know that Van Tyker is the guy that you want bunting. 350 average during the regular season. 26 RBIs, and he is going to bunt, and he bunts it into the Lincoln East dugout. Situation dictates, even though you've got a guy that's got a ton of talent with a bat in his hand. Van Tyker now gets some signals and understands the play coming from the dugout. And he didn't, therefore they're going to take a quick timeout and have a conversation right in front of the Millard West dugout. Van Tyker gets everything squared away. And the East infield all draws in around pitcher Paul Shortbridge as well. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning of what is supposed to be a 7-inning game here at Tal Anderson Field. Class A state title game right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Big thanks to A1 Automotive, Nebraska Realty, their Carpe Diem team, High Electric, DBAT Lincoln, NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Independence Built for their sponsorship of the broadcast. Not just tonight, but every single Class A state tournament game. You heard them all right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Nick Sinnert with a great job taking you through all of the preliminary games. I was fortunate enough to get the call tonight. Shortridge with the pitch, bunt by Van Tyker, right back to the pitcher, can't go to second, throws to first, gets the out, and there's one away now in the bottom of the 9th. Sacrifice by Van Tyker. but he moves Jackson Williams over to second. That's going to set the table for Corey Kozad. We'll see how East sets the defense here. Bottom of the ninth, 1 out, 2-2 your score. State title game. Millard West up to bat. They're tied with Lincoln East 2-2. Kozad surveys. First, second, and short. 5 feet in off the what would be grass in the outfield. And then third baseman Tanner Peterson, a step or two behind the bag at third, as Millard West has got a runner on second. That runner, Jackson Williams. Corey Kozad has a hit, a walk, reached on an error, and a flyout in the game. Here's the pitch. That one right on that outside corner again. Strike one. That's the one that Troy Test has been relatively consistent with all night. It looks outside, but he's been given both sides the call the vast majority of the time. Shortridge again with the throw. This one hit high up into the air. Center fielder floats over. Beaster makes the catch. And no tag here. Good move there. Beaster with a nice arm gets it over to Peterson at third and prevents Williams from going anywhere. 2 outs now. 2-2 your score. Bottom of the ninth inning. Do we hit double digits in innings, or is there going to be a gapper and a game-winning RBI right here? Tyson Lewis is about to tell us. Left-handed shortstop steps in. He's drawn a couple of walks, grounded out, and has a single as well tonight. And now Lincoln East calls a timeout. And head coach Michael Lanick to visit with Paul Shortridge and his entire infield. While we have the opportunity, let's step aside for station ID right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back to Tal Anderson Field. I'm Mike Melby, Austin Orman back in the Ticket Studios. It is a thriller in Class A. Tyson Lewis is up with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth in a tie ball game. And Tyson Lewis is going to get intentionally walked. Therefore, there is a force out in play at second. That brings up number 12, Peyton Moore. Moore, the Shortridge on the mound for Lincoln East. 2 down, 2 on Millard West. First pitch, that outside corner, everyone thinks is outside. Call the strike again, 0-1. Just past the hour at 10 o'clock. Moore steps in again from the stretch. Shortridge glances back to second a couple of times. Now delivers that and hit hard towards the second baseman. He grabs it, flips to the shortstop. He says, "Stock out number 3. We're headed to the 10th. Tied at 2. Anywhere. Championship baseball continues after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines. Planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. Now, the team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Can I get some chicken wings to the booth? 2-2 your score. Top of inning number 10 at Tal Anderson Field. It is the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Championship game in Class A right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Big thanks to Independence Built, Lincoln's versatile general contractor. They service Southeast Nebraska. Contact Keenan at 402-430-4954 for all of your GC needs. Nebraska Department of Highway Safety Office. Hey, you know what? You plan for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. I'm an old man. I'm telling you, get a ride. Don't drive drunk. A DUI will cost you a lot more than you think. DBAT Lincoln, thank you very much for sponsoring Boys State High School baseball coverage here on 93.7. The Ticket. Summer camps are almost here at DBAT. Get 20% off enrollment when you mention 93.7 The Ticket on baseball summer camps at DBAT in Southeast Lincoln. Swing and a hard hit ball into left field. Lincoln East has got the leadoff batter on here in the top of inning number 10. Troy Peltz delivers with a single. Peltz now 2 for 5 in the game, a couple of singles. He scored back in inning number 5. Van Tyker still on the mound. A.J. Avasco now up to bat, the lefty. Thrown out at the plate in the first. Has a single, reached on an error, struck out, and flew out. Van Tyker pitch, bunt laid down perfectly in front of the plate. They try to get him at second. The throw is off the bag. Runners at first and second. Everybody's safe. Not sure why Kozad tried to make the spectacular play there. Get the out, but he didn't. Tries to get it down to second base. Peltz was hustling, got in safe as the throw was on the inside of the bag, and it pulled Swierczyk off of it, so he couldn't make the tag. Not the tag, he had to take his foot off the bag, so the force out was in play. They can't convert, and there's runners at first and second with nobody out. Top of the 10th inning, tied at 2. Class A title game here at Tal Anderson Field. Several meetings, both on the infield with the defensive Millard West and the first and third base coaches, and those in the field of play for Lincoln East. That is going to bring up Garrett Springer, the designated hitter. Springer in the game has 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a line out, and I think that might do it for Van Tyker. Or will it? Very long conversation, much longer than before, going on now with Steve Frey, the head coach. Steve Fry, the head coach. Entire infield is there. Umpire Troy Test heads out. Van Tyker's going to stay in. 2 on, nobody out. We're in the top of inning number 10. State title game for Class A here in Boys Baseball 2023 state tournament. Fantastic job by Austin Orman. Working through some technical difficulties before we got on the air. We've been in and out with some intermittent issues with the Ethernet and the internet they have here at Tal Anderson Field. Tons of media here. I'm sure that all of their servers and routers are overloaded, but we're not done yet. We're going to keep fighting through just like both these teams have. Top of the 10th, tied at 2, nobody out. East has got runners at first and second. Garrett Springer in the box, but Nick Van Tyker steps off the rubber, walks to the back of the mound. Van Tyker from the stretch. Delivers, bunt laid down, and it hit Springer. Foul ball. Did not hit him after he tried to bunt. And after it had bounced foul, so no harm, no real foul other than the ball. And the count sits at 0-1. Van Tyker again from the stretch. Glances. Second pitch now delivers. That one's going to be outside. They asked the first base umpire if there was a deliberate attempt at bunt, which I'm sorry there was. Aaron Springer lunged at the ball and missed, but first base umpire Zach Lutz says no swing. So a break there for Lincoln East. That was blatant. That should have been a strike, but it's not. 1-1 the count. Van Tyker delivers. This time Springer pulls the bat back on what winds up being ball 2. 2-1, tie at 2, top of the 10th. East and Millard West in a classic battle here in a state title game. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Van Tyker, the pitch. That one is on that outside corner, and East fans hate it, but it's the same pitch that's been called a strike the vast majority of the night. And now the East third base coach has a conversation with Troy Test, the home plate umpire. He's not happy about the call. I don't know if you can't tell from where we're at on a ball up or down as far as the strike zone goes there. But on location, from where I'm at, that pitch was probably a full ball width outside the plate, but it's been called a strike probably 90% of the time tonight for both squads. So we'll see what happens here. Third base coach for Lincoln East calls Springer over. As I mentioned, Springer's struck out a couple of times, has a walk in the game. He also lined out to left field back in inning number 3. So he had a hard hit ball back then. Top of the 10th, 2-2. Nobody out. Springer, patient. Almost overly deliberate here. A little gamesmanship. I like it. Van Tyker leans in from the stretch. Swinging a foul ball in to the Millard West dugout. Troy Peltz at second. E.J. Avasco at first for Lincoln East. Nobody out. 2-2 your score. Top of the 10th. Nick Van Tyker into his 5th inning of work now with the pitch. That one is right over that same outside corner that has been called a strike all night. I keep saying it. Fans keep booing depending on what side it is, but it's been relatively consistent. Fifth strikeout for Van Tyker. And the Lincoln East bench has been a little bit overly vocal with Troy Test. Again, I can't tell high-low, but where the ball has been crossing the plate, it's not a strike, but it's been called a strike all night. And again, that's from my vantage point. I'm not right behind the plate, and I'm not Troy Test. I don't see what he sees. But the vast majority of the time, he has been consistent with the call on a pitch that's in that location. Van Tyker, the beneficiary there. 1 out, 2 on. Tied at 2, top of the 10th. Here's the pitch. That one's low. Joey Senstock now up. Senstock has not had himself a night. 1 well-hit ball and 3 strikeouts. Next pitch right down the middle. Strike 2. Nope, call strike 1. Sorry, 1-1 on the count. Again, runners at first and second. 1 out, top of the 10th, tied at 2. Curveball misses high and away. 2-1. From the stretch, again, Van Tyker delivers. Fastball driven to right field. Could it be over the head? It is over the head of the right fielder. Brady Braw trying to get to it, throws it in. Rounding, coming towards home. Sliding head first is going to be Troy Peltz. Peltz with the go-ahead run, and then they caught Sedstrom in a rundown. And Sedstrom is out, so there's 2 outs now. Eastman's going nuts. Sedstrom is thrilled, but just, I'm sorry, not brilliant base running. You just cost your team an out by not paying attention. AJ Avasco, not wanting to get thrown out at third, stopped at second. Sedstrom didn't pay any attention, got caught in a rundown as he took a huge turnaround first base. Costly out possibly for Lincoln East. So now a runner on second, but East has the lead as Pels dove in to score. There was no throw as the second baseman, Dylan Swearsick, stumbled as the ball came into him. Here's the pitch. That one is going to be low, ball 1. Mason Gaines, the lefty. And they're calling that a strike. That, boy, I'll tell you what, both fan bases would love to have a conversation with Troy Test. 1-1 the count. There's 2 outs. The scoreboard is way wrong. Gaines with a hot shot to the second baseman. Swearsick fires it over to Moore. Damage done for East. They get 1 run in. The way that ball was hit, it could have been a double play ball, though. So Sedstrom being thrown out may not have hurt him. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Can Lincoln East bring home their first state title in baseball? If they can get 3 outs without Millard West scoring, they will. You'll hear it right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back at Tal Anderson Field, my name is Mike Melby. Austin Orman, fantastic job behind the board. Back at the Ticket Studios, Paul Shortridge wraps up his warm-up pitches for the bottom of inning number 10. And the Lincoln East Spartans are 3 outs away from the first Class A state baseball title for a Lincoln high school since 1977. Absolutely crazy when you think about it. Pius has won a title or 2, but they were all in Class B. Caden Dreesen to lead off for the Wildcats in the bottom of inning number 10. Dreesen has been on a tear in the tournament, 4 for 6 coming into tonight. And Dreesen has 2 hard hit balls, one of them for, or actually both of them for a hit, but one of them, runner was thrown out at the plate trying to score, which would have won it for Millard West in the bottom of the 7th. Shortridge with the delivery, high fly ball. That one could be trouble. Nope. Right fielder Mason Gaines calls off second baseman Owen Lasig. Gaines squeezes it, 1 down. Lincoln East 3 on 8 hits, a couple of errors. Millard West 2 on 7 hits. They've made 3 errors. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning here at Tal Anderson Field. And now Ripken Fleck into pinch hit. Fleck on the season, 306 batting average. Swings and fouls one off. He's 0 for 3 in the state tournament. One down, bottom of the 10th, 3-2 East. Swing and a miss. Fleck down 0-2. Shortridge into the wind. Delivers. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-2 on Ripken Fleck. Just his 4th appearance here in the state tournament. 40th appearance at the plate in the season. Shortridge, the pitch. And that's that same spot that's been called a strike all night. East fans didn't like it. From my vantage point, again, I can't tell very well high and low, but it looked a little high. 2-2 the count. Shortridge delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Or strike 3. Out 2. One out away for Lincoln East. Nixon Snyder steps to the plate. Snyder, 3 strikeouts and a flyout. The 7-hole hitter for the Millard West Wildcats. Outfield playing shallow in right and center, and now they back him back up to kind of the middle of the outfield depth. Pitch from Shortridge. Swing and a miss. East 3, Millard West 2. State title game, bottom of the 10th. Millard West down to their last out. Shortridge, the pitch. Hits the second base. It bounces. Flip to first. Lincoln East wins their first state title in school history. The drought is over for Lincoln teams. First state title in baseball for a Lincoln high school in Class A since 1977. Congratulations, Lincoln Spartans. 3-2 your final for Al Anderson Field. What a game. Paul Shortridge is going to pick up the win. Game-winning RBI is going to go to Joey Senstock. What a game. Millard West denied a back-to-back state title run. Austin, I don't want to send it to commercial and have to come back. I know we've already burned through a lot of time here. I want to bring you on if you'll jump on with me.
Let's do it.
What a game. I know you were an unbelievably talented high school baseball player, and walk me through some of the emotions for you sitting back in the studio. I know you can't see it unless you had it up on NET. I don't know. But what a game. Walk me through your feelings right now watching a game like this.
Well, let me just say, I didn't need a TV. I was listening to Mike Melby call a baseball game. What more do I need? I mean, I'm sitting back here. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. The thing about it, Mike, is that it's a roller coaster, right? That's exactly what it was. You're hanging on the edge of every pitch, from basically the 5th inning on. I mean, that's when it's getting late. You know it's going to be a tight game, and it comes down to those little decisions, like the decision to, throw down to second base to try to get the lead runner, which I get the theory, but in practice, you take the out. In that situation, the run is just about as valuable as the out. There hadn't been a lot of great situational hitting throughout the night, so you probably go to first with that. Fantastic pitching performances all around. Carter Mick hits the pitch count limit, has to get yanked, but does it a masterful job in his work. The bullpens were fantastic. The offenses, like I said, saw some pitches, but just couldn't come through at the right time. And here's the thing, Mike, I'm a Lincoln guy. So it's nice to see the city of Lincoln get on the board. I know Omaha, has a lot of fantastic programs. I think Lincoln does too. So I want to shout out Lincoln East for repping the capital city and getting a championship to bring back home.
Absolutely. Completely agree with you. It's one, I'm totally impartial. I evidently, I think I dated a girl at East one time, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. I have no tie to either school. I was just hoping to come in, do as decent of a job as I could. It's been a little while since I called a game where there were bases and bats, There's been more pucks and sticks in my background here in the last 20 years, but this was just a fabulous game. There were some errors made. There were some plays that were kind of sloppy, but this is high school baseball. You're not going to see, absolute, pristine, error-free games. But the thing that I was just astounded by was the heady play, the gutty play by both squads. Nobody gave up. When Carter Mick loads the bases, the first 3 base runners are on in the top of the first. Carter Mick can't breathe. He is literally 10 feet underwater, and he slows the game way down, unbelievably deliberate in his actions, in his pitches, and gets out with simply allowing 1 run on a sacrifice fly when the opposing team loads the bases with nobody out. That was masterful. And then to watch him work when he was really on, spectacular. Paul Shortridge, holy smokes, what a 1-2 punch for the Lincoln East Spartans. Shortridge comes in. He's going to wind up getting the win. And just absolutely amazing. And, oh, by the way, Class A, Carter Mick and Paul Shortridge, they're both juniors. They'll be back next year.
Lucky you guys. You get a deal with them for another year.
Exactly. But Millard West, man, tip the cap. What a spectacular season. They wind up 32-7. Lincoln East 31-4. First state title for them ever. And it's the first state title, like I said, I believe since 1977, when I want to say Southeast won it for a Lincoln High School in Class A. Spectacular game. Austin, I know how tough it is back behind the board when there's things that are out of your control. There's always these hoops that you have to jump through and magic buttons. You've got to figure out where they are and how to press them left or right. And you did it. You kept us on the air through some weird glitches in tonight. Fantastic job. Honor to have you driving the bus for this one, man. It was a whale of a game.
Yeah, appreciate it, Mike. I've haven't known you that long. I've been at the ticket for a while, but getting to work with you and Tom a little more on the rewind and then with the finish line, it's been great. I've never heard you call a game. I haven't been to a Stars game. It seems like I'm missing out on that. So to be here with you tonight to experience really the pinnacle of baseball now in Nebraska. I mean, 3 fantastic games today. But just hearing the emotion in that stadium, a 3-2, barn burner in extra innings, just everything on the line for these guys for, like I said, those 10 innings there, just an incredible way to cap another high school baseball season.
I'm very happy it ended after 10 because I don't know if my voice had an 11th inning in it. And I also wish I would have had a window in here because I could hear the crowd through the window and with my headset. I know that it didn't come through on the radio the way it was, but there was no way to get a crowd mic out to hear it. But I mean, it was thunderous at times. And I mean, what an unbelievable effort by every guy that played on every single one of these teams, and not just the guys that played. I mean, this goes back to you were a guy that made a lot of plays on the field, but you couldn't have made those plays without the guys that don't play a lot in games that help you get better every day. So both these teams have got fantastic guys that are their frontline guys, and they got fantastic guys that make sure their frontline guys get the practice and the work that they need. But a tip of the cap to the facility and to like UNO and what they do and what they had to do and pull off today. They had 2 graduation ceremonies at Baxter Arena, which I'm looking at right now. It's, I don't know, probably 3 football fields away from me, maybe 2. And to do that with, you figure there's 8,000 people in there for each one of those. This place was packed for the Norris game earlier on with Elkhorn North that they wound up dropping. That was a wild game. Play at the plate. The head coach was the third base coach, and a kid that's going to LSU is on deck. And the leadoff hitter is a kid that's going to come to UNO and play next year. He delivers a hard shot single to shallow center field, and the runner on second is sent by the head coach with a guy that's going to be playing for LSU next year on deck, and it wasn't even close. I mean, realistically, the poor young man that had to turn around second and go around third, try to score, was 45 feet from home plate when the ball got to home. And the coach owned it afterwards. He said it was my fault. Horrible, tough way for them to lose the game. Otherwise, Norris could have had a shot to really come back. And, you got a young man with that much talent that's going to LSU up next. Who knows what would have happened in that Class B game? They may still have been playing 10 or 12 innings. Who knows? But wild day of baseball here, and a tip of the cap to the facility and the crew from the University of Nebraska, Omaha, and what they did to allow the NSAA to come in here, host their state title games today on this, especially the same day that they had their commencement. And absolutely, I'll tell you what, baseball fans, there is nothing better than Haymarket Park as far as a non-major league ballpark in my mind. Nothing will ever change that. This is as close as I have ever seen, though. What a facility up here in Omaha. You get a chance, come up and watch the Mavs play sometime next year. But Austin, again, thank you so much. Lincoln East takes home the Class A state title tonight, 3-2 in 10 innings over the Millard West Wildcats. One last time, I want to give a massive shout-out to our sponsors that helped us bring the 2023 Boys State High School Baseball Tournament coverage here on the ticket to you over the course of literally about the last, 9 or 10 days. A1 Automotive, Nebraska Realty's Carpe Diem team, Independence Built, NOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric. All you guys, thank you so much for your support of high school baseball, high school sports on the ticket, and your support of the ticket and sports programming in the Lincoln, Nebraska market. It is greatly appreciated. And man, what a night. I'll tell you right now, Nick Sennert can enjoy his vacation, but I'll tell you, I am going to buy him a beer because I owe him one for allowing me to call this game. What a game. Congrats to Lincoln East. With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Austin, again, thank you so much. From Tal Anderson Field, where we just saw the Lincoln East Spartans bring home their first state baseball title, I'm Mike Melby. Good night, everybody.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines. Planters, sprayers, and tractors, Acres has what you need now. Now, the team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.